What's up YouTube, it's YGO, and today I'll be showing you guys my Primite Blue-eyes deck profile for you guys today. I've played this deck for 3 tournaments. Almost won one of them. Didn't do well for the other 2 unfortunately. But that's probably an issue that you can have with this deck, as this is probably like the 3rd best deck I reckon in the current format, behind the Rosio variants and the Malice deck. Since this deck gets highly outclassed by the Malice variant because of due to the non-engine, as they run Shift, Bestials, Impulse, and I feel like this is like pretty good against the Rosio Fiendsmith, as your Spirit Dragons can negate the Engravers. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell, and let's get right into the deck profile. So starting off, let's go with the main deck. I'm running 3 copies of Primite Dragon Ether Beryl. So Beryl, when he's normal summon, you can set a Primite spell and trap from deck, which is good because it plays around draw. So you set your Lordly Load, and then you use Lordly Load to search your drawing. It also has 2 other effects. One of them is you tribute it for cost to Foolish Burial, a normal monster from deck to the graveyard, which I haven't seen anyone do before. And its last effect is broken, as you can recycle it during the standby phase, but unfortunately Konami found out that they screwed over the text for it, because in the OCG it says during your standby phase, so you have to use the Neuron text, which says during your standby phase instead of during the standby phase. So he's basically 1 card starter for the deck, but the board isn't like crazy, as you only end up on 2 interruptions, which I'll get on with in the combo tutorial later. So that's 3 copies of Beryl. Next we got 2 copies of Blue-eyes White Dragon. These ones I got from the limited edition one of the Ultra Rare from the movie pack. Using this at the moment, as this is the modern art version of it. Plus I'm waiting for the ultimate rare in OTS 28, I think it is, which is the SDK art. This is basically like the original version before after this one. This is like the concept art. This is the Bandai Blue-eyes one I have, that I'm gonna use as like a field center when I play this deck for now. Next we get into the upper brick. So those are your 2 big bricks, and this one's like a pseudo brick, and it's Blue-eyes Jet Dragon. So this one basically people run is because of Rosio, as this can protect your monsters due to the fact that this protects other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And it has like a reborn like effect like the Runics, but it only works as long as you have a Blue-eyes monster in field or graveyard like the OG. So if a card on the field is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can spirit summon this from hand or graveyard. It also has one more effect, where at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target one card on the field my opponent controls and return it. So like if you like bait out a pop from Detonator, you can just spirit summon this from hand, go battle phase attack, and if they don't have cross, the Detonator will get bounced. And this is the original print I got from Batch. So that's it for the Blue-eyes level 8s around. Next we get into level 1s. Got 3 copies of Sage Eyes of Blue. I'll place the original print from Shining Victories. This is very hard to find, but luckily I found a seller who had like all of the Shining Victories stuff I wanted. So shout out to him. So this card is another 1-card starter for the deck. It's pretty decent as a 1-card starter. However, if you have another card, so it becomes a 1.5 card start, 1.5 combo, your board becomes very powerful. So this card reads, when he's normal summoned, you can add 1 level 1 light tuner monster from deck to hand except itself. So you can add Maiden of White or Effect Veiler, since she's also a level 1 light tuner. And he also has another effect where you can target one effect monster you control, send it to the graveyard and discard this card, and if you do Space Summon a Blue-eyes from deck. So you can even Space Summon Jet Dragon from deck, which is pretty cool. And the normal summon effect isn't once per turn to search. So if you have 2 copies and you get into Muslim White, you can normal another one and then search like an effect Veiler or Maiden of White, depending on your hand. So that's it for the Sages. Next we get into the new card from the structure deck. 3 copies of Maiden of White. So Maiden of White is a level 1 tuner, and it's the retrained version of Maiden with Eyes of Blue. So you can send this card from hand or field to the graveyard, and if you do place True Light from hand, graveyard or deck to the field. And it also has another effect, another 2 effects. If you Space Summon a Blue-eyes monster on the field, her effect triggers the Reborn herself, and she has another Reborn effect on the field where if she's targeted by a card effect, you can target 1 level 1 tuning graveyard if you Reborn it. So in like the Mausoleum, as it targets for cost, you can target this and then you can Reborn like a Sage Eye of Blue. So you can make like another Synchro play, or like Heretic Spheres, depending on your preference. So that's it for the normal engine. Next we get into the hand traps. Around 1 copy of Magnemot, as this is basically your 4th copy of Beryl, since you can summon this off spheres, or you can summon it off its own effect, which is pretty nice. Next we get into free Effect Veiler. Of course you have to run Effect Veiler in this deck as it's searchable and it is generically good against most decks, except maybe Malice, because it's a bit 50-50 if their trap is actually live when they bluff, or if they don't, it's pretty good. And paired with a card like Nibiru is very powerful. Next you get 3 Ash Blossom Joint Spring. Ash Blossom's basically just generic. It counters the Mold Charmies, hits like almost every deck in the meta. So it's a must have in any deck. And this and Veiler's got a common reprint destruction deck. Next you got 3 copies of Forlos. I decided to main deck Forlos as I originally had this in a side deck because I was running Cross-side in the side, but when I played Cross-side with these Mold Charmy targets, I realized it made it really bad, because every time I lost the game going first, I would break due these Cross-out targets plus the Cross-out. So that's why I decided to main deck this. Originally these were Ghost Ogres However, I don't have space to run Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit anymore. Although that card's pretty good against the entire meta. But you could just run Ghost Ogre instead if you don't run Flawless at the moment. Until Stampede comes out so you can get the reprint. Next we got 3 copies of Nibiru the Primal Being. Nibiru is pretty good against most decks in the meta unless they play around it. So like this deck, because you can actually play around it if you summon spheres before Nibiru, which most of the good players do, or they summon like Spirit Dragon before activating any of the other effects. So of course 3 Nibiru. That's it for the main deck monsters. Next we get into the spells. Around 3 copies of Wishes for Eyes of Blue. This card is basically like Pendulum Call and Node the Awakening Dragon, where you discard a card for cost and you can add a spell and trap that mentions Blue-eyes White Dragon as well as a level 1 light tuner. So you can add effect Veiler, Sage of Eyes of Blue, Maiden of White. And it has another effect, which is a graveyard effect, where you banish it for cost to target Blue-eyes you control and equip it with a fusion monster. Oh, not a fusion monster, any Blue-eyes monster in your graveyard from your extra deck to equip to it, and it gains 400 attack. So there's a cool line you can do thanks to this card that I'll show you as an example for the combos. Next we get into the Primite Blue-eyes, the expensive package. This card is very good as you can add any Primite card, so you can add the Drill Beam from there, as well as Spirit Summon Blue-eyes from hand, grave, or deck in defense position, but you're locked afterwards, so it's like SP Little Knight, so you can just use this last if you'd like to. And it has another effect where normal monsters and primal monsters you control gain 300 attack for each normal monster with different graves in the graveyard. So you're guaranteed to your monsters gain 300 attack because Blue-eyes is only normal 0. And if you can't afford this card, I'm gonna make another variant that's an alternative for this deck, which I'm gonna try out. Evoked Blue-eyes, which is the deck I've played back in 2017, and that one is very good as a budget alternative, as you don't have to run money costs like the Primite Lords, the Dominus Purges, since Purge conflicts with Dark monsters, as you won't be able to activate Alistair the Invoker. It's on field normal sound effect. So that's something that I'll show you guys later on, once I do like a video doing deck profile for that as well. But that's probably going to be in like 2 weeks. Next we got Primite Drill Beam. This one's like an on-field negate and banish, but you have to have a normal monster, Primite monster in hand to reveal, or have a normal monster on field, to keep that in mind. And it has another effect where if you control a Primite monster, you can set it, which is a part of one of the combos I'll show you. Next we have Mercenary of White. This is the Ultra from Legendary Collection. It's pretty expensive at the moment, it's like 18 I paid for it. So this one you can have an additional normal summon of level 1 light China monster in addition to your normal set. So in the combo, if you have Sage and Beryl, you link the Beryl into the link 1 to add this, and then you normal summon the Sage. And it has two other effects where you can target one face-up card on the field. Sorry, one face-up monster you control, and Foolish Beryl, a normal monster from deck. And if you do that monster gains attack and defense equal to the level of that monster. And it has one last effect where you can banish it from graveyard to add Burstream Destruction, which is the signature move for Blue-eyes White Dragon. And it's like a Raigeki, I think, or a blowout card. Next we got the second, we got the other support card of the Blue-eyed Dragons. So this one, let's just special summon in defense position any Blue-eyes monster from deck, graveyard, or banishment, which is good. So if your opponent steals one of your Blue-eyes, you can reborn it from the banished part with this. But you're restricted from the extra deck to only dragon type monsters. And it has a graveyard effect where you can banish it from graveyard to fusion summon from your extra deck using materials from a hand or field, including a Blue-eyes monster. And you can only use the row of the Blue-eyed Dragons once per turn, only once that turn. Next we got Pot of Prosperity. Pot of Prosperity is in here mainly for consistency, as this deck has a lot of bricks and can help you dig into your one card starters like Sage, Maiden of White, and Beryl, and can fetch in hand trap if you full combo. Next one of our run is of course Triple Tactics Talent, because talent is very good this format as everyone is running hand traps, and it also helps going second for breaking boards as well. And the last spell card of main deck is Call by the Grave. Call by the Grave is generic, especially for Dimension Shifter, because it hurts this deck a lot, as you only may be able to make Spirit Dragon or Spheres, and pretty much hits every deck in the format. Next, that's it for the spells, main deck spells. Next we go into traps. 3 copies of Infinite Permanence. Infinite Permanence is generic overall, hits every deck in the format. 50-50 against Malice, if their bluff isn't the actual trap, because you'll neg 1 unfortunately. So yeah, 3 Impermanence. And it also plays around Triple Tactics Talent. Next we got Dominus Purge. This is probably like the only meta deck in the format that runs this card, since most of your monsters are light. The only times this card isn't good is with Ash Blossom and your Magnemot as their Dark and Fire. That's something to keep in mind when you play this card from hand. And this card is basically like another Ash Blossom in the deck, as it negates any effect that adds from a card to hand. So you can even negate draw cards like Portal of Desires, Allure of Darkness. And because you're running Imperm, it's good because you can destroy it as well, which is ironic. I've once used this to counter the Bestial Magnemot one, you know. As well as cards like the Fiendsmith Engraver, X Bryzeal, Sword Bryzeal, Dual Drive. So yeah, overall good card. And this restricts you from Water Dark Fires as well. And I think this card's pretty expensive as well right now, so this is what I mean by like you can play like the Inverse version instead, which I'll show you guys next fortnight if possible. And the second last card run is Fourth True Light, original print from the Megatins. So this card is the one instead of Maiden of White, and he has 2 effects and you can only use one of the effects that turn. So you can special summon a Blue-eyes White Dragon from hand to graveyard, or you can set it Blue-eyes mentioned spell and trap from deck with a different name from the ones you control or in your graveyard, which is kind of why we run one each of the spells and traps and only 3 of the rotor. And it has another effect where if it gets sent to the graveyard, it destroys all monsters you control. So most of the time, because this can get Ghost Target, you make Spirit Dragon before you activate this, so you'll be able to negate its destruction effect if you get Ghost Target. Last card we run, of course, is Majesty of the White Dragon. So this one's like a non-target destruction removal, so it's like Levier Chaos Dragon. And this one, you show up to 3 Blue-eyes White Dragons in your field, hand or graveyard, and then you destroy up to the number you revealed. And it also has another effect where you can banish this from graveyard to reduce summon a Blue-eyes monster by using the total levels equal to its level. So you can summon like Chaos Max Dragon, you can banish this, tribute a Blue-eyes White Dragon, summon Chaos Max Dragon, or the other Chaos Max Dragon that I've never played before. So that's it for the main deck. 45 cards. This is because you run a lot of pseudo bricks, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, because you got like 8 pseudo bricks that you'd rather just add, which is kind of like why I decided to play this deck as 45, so it decreases my chances. You could maybe go to 50 cards if you would like, but I personally don't want to do that, as it makes it really annoying to power shuffle it, and it makes the starting patterns a bit weird. So that's it for the main deck, 45 cards. Next, let's go into the extra deck. Starting off, we got the cover card. Besides Men of White for the structure deck, Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. This is the secret rare. I do have an ultra rare, but I'll rather show the secret rare during the deck profile. So this one's a level 12, and you summon this off Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon, as you can summon any light Dragon Synchro from extra deck. So this one, your opponent cannot banish cards from your graveyard, which is nice. So if you have 2 Spirit Dragons and your opponent tries to cold by the grave one of them, you can use the other Spirit Dragon to tag out and summon this, so their cold by grave will fizzle. It has 2 other effects, where when a card effect is activated on the field, negate the effect. So it's kind of like the negate activation, right? Yeah, negate the activation and it boosts by 1000 attack. So it's kind of like Drill Beam, but a bit worse, as it will negate the effect, so they can activate like another one. So if you use this to negate, like for example Triple Tactics, Frost or Talent, they can activate another copy if they have it in hand, so keep that in mind. It also has one more effect where if it's destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon one Blue-eyes. You can special summon one light dragon monster from your graveyard except Blue-eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon, so you can reborn the Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. Next we got Starter Sifter Dragon. This one's like pretty expensive still, I think. So this one's like another target. This one you summon off the Crimson Dragon, I think, and this one must be special and can be special by any way. Must be Synchro Summon and can be Synchro Summon by other ways. So the only way I can get this on board is Crimson Dragon, and first time each card you control would be destroyed each turn by battle card effect. It's not destroyed, so this one bypasses the maintains effect of Spirit Dragon. So if you have these two, and then the end phase, these two won't get destroyed by card effect, so you can still keep this on board. which is kind of like why people run this. And it has two more effects, where one of them is during either player's turn once per turn. When a monster effect is activated by your opponent, you can negate the effect, and if you do, destroy one card in the field. So it's negation and removal. And it has one last effect, which is irrelevant for this deck as you don't play any other starters monsters. So you can banish this from graveyard, then target one level 8 low starters monster, space summon it. 4000 attack, 4000 defense. Very powerful card. The other card I'm running as a Crimson Dragon target is Cosmic Blazer Dragon. This card is very broken, mainly because I've faced Centurion and realized how powerful this is. So this is level 12 dragon, you summon off Crimson Dragon. And this one must be Synchro Summon, can't be split some other ways. So of course Crimson Dragon bypasses that limit as it treats as a Synchro Summon. And this has an effect where you banish it for cost to activate one of these effects. You can use one to negate the space summon of a monster that your opponent summons. Also at the start of the battle phase, sorry, not that start, when you're in the battle phase, when your opponent declares an attack, you get banishes for cost to end the battle phase. And the last one is when a card effect is activated by opponent, you can banish it, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So it has 3 powerful effects. In the battle phase, negation, Omni negate, plus Solemn Judgment. And it comes back during the end phase after being banished. Next we got the card that summons both of these, of course. The Crimson Dragon, level 12 light from June. I paid quite a lot for it, I paid like 70 for this because I had to, because every time I try to look for this online it gets sold out. So I had to buy it off eBay. So it has 2 effects. One of them is irrelevant since I don't run that card, which is Synchro Rubble. So when this card is Synchro Summoned, so if this card is Space Summoned, you can add one spell and trap card that mentions Crimson Dragon from deck to hand. So you can add Synchro Rumble, which is like one of the things that people do in like Centurion before. And yeah, it's a tagger effect where it has an on-field quick effect where it can target one level 7 or higher Synchro monster in the field. Tag this out, and if you do space summon one dragon Synchro monster with the same level as a monster, which is kind of like why you summon this out, as well as this one target this to summon one of these since it's level 12 and these two are also level 12. So you need to keep that in mind as well. Next we have 3 copies of Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon, original print from Shining Victories, because I didn't want to play with the comments. So this one is 2500 attack, 3000 defense, level 9. So it requires a chain and non-chain of Blue-eyes monster, so you can use Blue-eyes White Dragon or Blue-eyes Jet Dragon plus like either effect Veiler, Maiden of White or Sage of Blues to make this. And it has 3 effects. One of them is a Floodgate, when live player can space summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. So it's like an anti-pendulum monster, as they can only summon one of the monsters, they can't summon 2 at the same time. Plus this also has a negation effect in graveyard, so if your opponent activates a card effect in graveyard, you can negate the activation. And lastly, it has a tagger effect where during other player's turn you can tribute this for cost to space summon one light dragon Synchro monster from extra deck in defense position except himself, and if you do, destroy that card in the end phase of this turn. And the target effect has to be synchro summon. So if you reborn this off the ultimate spirit, you won't be able to tag out anymore with it. Next we have Azura Silver Dragon. This is level 9. So this is like the original version of Spirit Dragon. So this one is once you spirit summon, this one doesn't start a chain for protection. So dragon type monsters you currently control cannot be targeted or destroyed by card effects until the end of the next turn. So this is one you summon against like going second board breaker decks like Tempai, Sky Striker. So if they try to like Raigeki a board, you can tribute this, targets out summon this, so your monster wouldn't get destroyed by battle card effects and targeted. So basically your opponent can't Widow Anchor it as well, or mind control, but they can still unfortunately use talents to take. And he has another effect where during your standby phase you can target one normal monster in the graveyard, spirit summon it. So you can spirit summon like a Blue-eyes from your graveyard. And this is the original print from the structure deck from long ago, first aid as well. So I think this is like the last level 9 I run, I think. Light Storm Dragon, level 9 light. So this one's the new one from Supreme Darkness, Zero. And it was basically support for this deck that I'm surprised they didn't put this in the structure deck, but instead put it in the main set. So when this card synchro summon, you can target spell and trap cards on the field up to a number of normal monsters in your graveyard +1 destroy them. So if you have one Blue-eyes, you basically get the twin twisters. And he has one other effect where if this card is destroyed by battle card effect, you can target one spell and trap card in your graveyard, set it, but it cannot be activated unless you have a normal stuff. And you can only use that effect once per turn. So you can, if this card gets destroyed by battle, you can select Imperm, Purge, Majesty, Recycle, but you have to have a Blue-eyes on field to activate it. Next we got the Fusions I run. First one's Neo Blue-eyes Ultimate Dragon. You mainly run this not for fusioning, but as the target you equip for the prayers with Ice of Blue. So you banish this target like your Blue-eyes, equip this because this has a graveyard effect that protects your monsters from targeting while negating the activation and destroying that card, which is crazy. So if your opponent activates like Imperm on your Ultimate Spirit Dragon, you can activate this banish for cost and then negate it. So that's something to keep in mind with this card, because I've had situations where I'd actually forget about this in graveyard, which has made some of my games hard for me to win, but maybe I could narrow it down and win. Next we got the last fusion run, Blue-eyes Tyrant Dragon. This is the one you can summon by equipping the Neo Spirit, the Neo Ultimate to the Blue-eyes White Dragon. So you tribute it to spell summon this, as this has two ways, where it must be fusion summoned or spell summoned from the extra deck by tribute one Blue-eyes monster equipped it with a fusion monster. And he is unaffected by trap cards of effects, so they can't imperm this. And he can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each. And has one last effect where at the start of the damage step, if this card battles, so you can target one trap in graveyard to set it. And you spend trap zone, so it's crazy. So it's got recycle ability for your Purge, Imperm, and Majesty, as well as one of the turn ending cards that are in the side deck. So that's it for the fusions. Next we go into links about Hierarchic Spheres, of course for generic removal. And this is the card you summon off the one card Primite engine. as well as something like Magnum from deck to add like Primite, Beryl, Genetics. Next we got 2 copies of Blue-eyes with Eyes of Blue. So Spirit with Eyes of Blue, this is the new link one for the deck. So this one is when your opponent spirit summons a monster. Sorry. This one restricts you into dragons while it's on the field, unfortunately. Where he also has an effect where tribute for cost to target a Blue-eyes monster. In hand the graveyard spirit summon it but negates its effect. And he has an on summon effect where you can add monster with white, either add it to your hand or send it to graveyard. And the last card I run in the extra deck is Typhon, Star Tree. This one I'm running at the moment because I needed generic removal in case I don't drain my engine, so I can add like Detonator and the mirror match maybe. So it's also a very good card for removal, and most of the time I'd summon it if I don't have any engine. So I normally summon like a hand trap and summon it. So that's it for the extra deck, 15. Next let's go into the side deck. Around 3 copies of Mocha Prulia. It's very good against the meta. You can at least draw 2 cards if your opponent tries the full combo with the Blue-eyes with the mirror match, or draw once at least. Hits Rise You as well because of the engine, because of all summon from hand. It can be maybe either a neg or +1 or +2 against a Malice, because they run Bestials that summon from hand and they could possibly normal summon from hand. But if they have Gold Sock and Malice on the ground, they'll be able to play around, unfortunately. So most of the time I actually don't put these in for the Malice matchup. I only put these for the mirror match and Rizio and as well as Sprite. Plus any deck that extends from hand. Next we got 3 copies of Meows. This is basically for the Fiendsmith decks and the Malice matchup, as you want to make a weak board as much as possible. Yes, you got 3 copies of Artifact Lancia, mainly in here for Malice and Crystron, as they won't be able to use, plus more, because they need to banish their cards to search and space summon. That's it for the monsters. Next we go to the traps. On 3 copies of Frost. Frost is in here, which was originally crossed out in Full Loss, because I thought this was better for turn skipping, as you are guaranteed to like set like any of the 3 blood cards if your opponent more charming as you. And this one's better because it decreases your bricks, because if you run like the crossouts, you have to cut like a bit of your hand trap engine to 12s to put in the targets. And it's like this and the Malice deck are like the 2 decks I'm so sick of seeing those targets, crossout targets for like the one each of the more charmings. Because I've had those situations where I'll just pass turn because I can't even play. So yeah, 3 Frost, very good for first and second, which is why I main deck 1 talent. So I'm basically rank 4, going first and second while I put this in. And next for the last 3 cards inside, of course, the 3 traps, the bloods, different dimension grounds, counter the mirror match, Fiendsmith variants, Rizal, Memento, any graveyard reliant deck, barriers to the mirror match as well, Rizal variants, possibly Crystron as the Shinkra as well. And Sanctum, of course, is to make it your 4th Lancia and your 7th going first, to counter out the Malice matchup, because your worst matchup is actually Malice. So that's it for the deck. Some special considerations I have. You can run in the extra deck either Zeus for taking control of like a detonator, going second, so you can attack with detonator, slam Zeus. You can run the access code package for OTK and going second, as this deck kind of struggles going second due to running the Crimson engine, because that engine is primarily better for going second, as literally your only extra deck tool for going second is basically the Typhon. So the silly access code package you can run as well if you don't want to run the Crimson Dragons, which I wouldn't blame you for, because that's more win actually. Got SP Lego Knight for generic removal, so this one you can summon by using this as the only way, unless your spirit gets negated, because your spirit blocks you into dragons, which is kind of like why I didn't want to run this card. Next we got Moonlight Dragon. Moonlight Dragon's another target from Spirit Dragon that you can spirit summon to balance, for example, Typhon, or if you really need to remove an interruption from an opponent and you only have like one spirit on board. And the last card I consider you could run in the future is Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon. So this one is a generic level 8, and it can't attack directly unless it has a normal monster under its material. Has two other effects where if this card's XC summoned, you can negate the effects of all face-up monsters your opponent currently controls. So this will be good for the Yami deck, as people have told me that deck is very good at playing through hand traps, but it struggles against board breakers. And lastly, has an effect where you can detach it to target one monster in the graveyard or banishment. Spirit Summon, if you do, gain 1000 attack. It gains 1000 attack. It becomes 5k. And the last two cards I have for consideration is Boldrake and Jerusalem. Because you're running Magnamod, you can use these two as your other targets besides the Beryl, as it gives you more interruptions, and the Magnamod can be pretty bad, as you can only search Beryl. That's some stuff you can consider running in your main deck or extra deck. So that's pretty much it for the deck profile. Now let's do some one card combos. First combo I'll show you guys is the easiest combo in the deck. The one card Beryl combo. So Beryl can NG on Heretic Spheres, Drill Beam set, as well as a Motion of White in hand and a Blue-eyes in graveyard, as well as Lolly Lord on field. So we're going to start off with normal summoning Beryl. Effect of Beryl. Set Lolly Lord. Activate Lolly Lord. Add Drill Beam. Next we're gonna link Beryl into Spirit. Effect of Spirit, add Mausoleum of White. You wanna do this first before you summon Lord, before you activate Lord, as you won't be able to use the link effect. So you can add Mausoleum of White. Then you can activate Lolly Lord to special summon Blue-eyes from deck by declaring his name Blue-eyes White Dragon. Then you link these off lastly into your Heavenly Spheres. So your end board is gonna be Drill Beam set, Motion of White in hand, and Beryl for recycling during your standby phase. Plus you got the bounce to spirit summon the Jet Dragon or the Magnemite to search. Doing end phase, so you can search like Jet Dragon as well. So that's it for the 1 card Beryl combo. Next, I'll show you guys another 1 card combo. So first you're gonna do the 1 card combos, and then we'll start doing the 1.5 combo, then lastly the 2 card combo. So next we're gonna do the 1 card Sage with Ice Blue combo. So the 1 card Sage with Ice Blue combo lets you have end on Spirit Dragon, Majesty Majesty of the White Dragons, the trap, True Light, Maiden engrave, and our Blue-eyes engrave. So you get a pop, a negate, and a tag out, which is kind of like why you can run Moonlight Dragons. So you have another negate, so another bounce, because you might want to play around Typhon, or you can summon Ultimate Spirit, but it's kind of weak into Typhon, so you can bounce it and you don't have the recovery from it. So you're going to start off with normal summon Sage with Ice of Blue, effective Sage. Add Maiden of White, activate Maiden of White to place. Place True Light, effective True Light. You're gonna set the actually I think better just use this last, not yet. So next we're gonna make Sage first, and then use Spirit to search. So then if your opponent tries to imperm this, we can still use True Light to set from deck. So then you're gonna use Monster of White. You're gonna use Spirit to add White, Monster of White. Then you're gonna activate Monster of White, target your Spirit to Foolish Burial. So you're gonna send the Blue-eyes to grave, then activate Spirit to tribute cost, reborn the Blue-eyes, effect of Maiden to reborn. Then you're gonna link these two lastly into Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. Then you're gonna activate True Light now, so even if the Ghost Doku you can negate it. And then you have Majesty of the White Dragons. So this is basically the safe route, as you have a pop, as you have 1 pop, you got this for negation that you can tag out for Ultimate Spirit, and you have these, so you can summon this one back with this. So that's it for the 1 card Sage combo. I think there's one where you can play a bit greedy to into Nibiru, which I can show you now actually. So with this one, so this for the other 1 card Sage combo, this one plays into Nib. However, you have 2 Blue-eyes Spirit Dragons plus True Light, and you have Maiden of White, OG Blue-eyes in graveyard, and mostly on field. So you're gonna start with normal summon Sage, effective Sage, add Maiden, activate Maiden of White, place True Light, Next, of course, we're gonna link Sage into Spirit, effective Spirit to add. And where is it? Add Monster White. Next, we're gonna activate Monster of White. This time, we're gonna set the roar of the Blue-eyed Dragons. Then we're gonna activate roar of the Blue-eyed Dragons to spare summon a Blue-eyes from deck. We're gonna spare summon Blue-eyes in defense position. Next, we're gonna use Maiden of White to reborn. Next, we're gonna activate Monster White, effect on Monster White, target Maiden, chain Maiden, target the Sage to reborn. Then you'll send the other Blue-eyes. Next, you'll link off the Maiden and the Blue-eyes into Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. Then you're gonna use Spirit Dragon to tribute for cost to reborn the other Blue-eyes. Then link Sage and the Blue-eyes into the other Spirit Dragon. So this is gonna be end board. You're gonna have Maiden of White, Engraved plus Blue-eyes, so you can reborn and reborn the other one as well. And you got two negates, and you can tag them out for Crimson Dragon, which I'll show you here. Tribute this one first, summon out Spirit, then you can tribute the other one out, Spirit summon Crimson, then you can use Crimson effect, target Spirit to either summon the Omni negate or the Monster Destruction Protection one. So this is what you can do with one card Sage of ISO Blue if you want like full combo not care about Nibiru. Because in the other one, even if the Nibiru with us, we still get the pop of Majesty. So next, I'll show you the one card Maiden of White combo. So this one is probably like the worst one card combo in the deck, unfortunately. It's like the second worst, other than the Beryl one. So this one ends on the basic like board with like only like I feel like one interruption, I guess. So you get Spirit Dragon, Blue-eyed Spirit Dragon, True Light on the field with Monster of White, and a Blue-eyes in graveyard. Actually, maybe not even Monster of White. You didn't even get there because you don't have a chance to get into the links. So you're gonna activate Maiden of White, and plus this one's safer into Nibiru anyway, this combo. So you're gonna activate Maiden of White, place the True Light. We're gonna activate True Light. This time we're gonna set the Roar, since we don't have a way to activate Prayers as we only using one card for this combo. Then we're gonna activate Roar to spare summon the Blue-eyes from deck. Then we're gonna trigger Maiden of White in graveyard to reborn. And from there we'll link both into a Spirit Dragon. So this is gonna be end board. You got True Light, so you can reborn them next turn. And you got a negate, graveyard negate, plus the tag out to like Ultimate Spirit Dragon or Zero Silver Dragon or the Lightstorm. Or if you would like to run Moonlight, you got a bounce as well. So that's it for the one card Maiden combo. Next we'll do the 1.5 card combo. So this is only gonna be like Sage and Maiden with like an unknown card in hand, because the Beryl combo is gonna be a 2-card combo. So we're gonna do the 1.5 card combos first, and then lastly we do the 2-card combos, and then I'll give you guys a link to Hypnocorn's video, which has a lot more, which has like a full of all of the combos in the deck. Plus I think he has a spreadsheet in his link, so you can check that as well. So it's going to be the 1.5 card Sage with Iso Blue combo. This one you end on two Spirit Dragons with True Light and Majesty on field with the Mausoleum on field as well. Plus you got Maiden engrave as well as 2 Blue-eyes. So you got double pop with the trap, two negates of the spirits, plus you can make the Omni negate as well. And you got recovery with this True Light, which is very powerful. So this is like the greed version. So we're gonna normal summon Sage, effective Sage. Add Maiden. Activate Maiden to place. True Light. Activate True Light. Set wishes. Activate wishes. Discard 4 loss. Add Raw and Sage. Next we're gonna link the Sage to Spirit with Iso Blue. Next we're gonna activate Iso Blue's effect to add Mausoleum of White. Next we're gonna activate Row of the White Dragons, Blue-eyed Dragons. Space summon Blue-eyes from deck. Activate Maiden to reborn. Activate Mausoleum, effect Mausoleum, target Maiden, chain Maiden, reborn the Sage from grave. Watch Spirit the Blue-eyes. Next you're gonna use the Spirit Tribute for cost. Reborn the Blue-eyes. Link these, synchro these two into Spirit Dragon, and from here you're gonna normal summon with additional summon as Sage effect, add effect Beryl. Lastly you're gonna activate the wishes, banish for cost, place the Neo to equip the Blue-eyes White Dragon. Then you're gonna synchro the Sage and the White Dragon, so you got targeting protection for the Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. So with the 1.5 card combo you end on 2 spirits, a Maiden of White, a hand trap like an effect Veiler, True Light, as well as a Neo engrave to banish for protection if they try to imperm your stuff. And you can tag out the spirits for Crimson Dragon and Cosmic Blazer, so you can like tribute. If they try to call by here you can like, okay, I'll chain the other Spirit Dragon, summon out Ultimate Spirit, summon out Crimson effect, target, bounce, Spirit Summon the Omni-Gate or the protection one for like back or breaker decks. This one for like back row decks. And this is the one you summon of Crimson as well. So you can use this protect the maintains effect end phase, as well as Omni negate plus destroy card on field. So that's it for the the 1.5 card Sage Shift ISO Blue combo. Next I'll show you the 1.5 card Main of White. So I'm just basically like, I'm probably just gonna put like what the end board's gonna be in the screen, because sometimes I'll just say something and my board will end up being different. So I think for now we're just gonna do that. So we're gonna do the 1.5 card Main of White combo. We're gonna discard Main of White for cost. Place True Light, effect of True Light. Set Wishes, activate Wishes. Discard 4 loss for cost. Add Raw and Sage. One with Sage, effect to add. We're gonna add effect Veil here. Next we're gonna activate Raw. Spirit Summon a Blue-eyes from deck. Effect the Maiden to Reborn. Link into Spirit effect. Add Moves on the White. Active Muslim, target Maiden, chain Maiden, Spirit Summon back to Sage. Wish Beryl, double Blue-eyes. Activate Wishes, banish for cost. Target your Blue-eyes to equip with Neon. Then you Synchro both. To Spirit Dragon. Next you're gonna use Spirit Rise of Blue. Target Blue-eyes to Reborn. Synchro these two. Lastly, to summon out Spirit Dragon. So it's gonna be end board. I think almost the exact same as the previous one. So you have the 2 spirits, True Light, effect Veil in hand, plus ultimate Neo Dragon to banish for protection for Veil. And of course you can tag out for the Crimsons and Sleepers. So that's it for the 1.5 card Maiden combo if you want to play full powered. I can show you another combo with the Maiden where the board isn't going to be as crazy, but I think you have at least the spheres plus the trap, so you got insurance against Nibiru. So you're going to do that again, 1.5 card combo. Maiden White and unknown card. It's Maiden of White. Place True Light. Effect True Light. Set Wishes. Activate Wishes. Pitch. Add Sage. And Majesty. So we're gonna go for the safe route. Wow, this is more vulnerable against our Veil Impermanence, unfortunately, which is kind of like why I don't do this. So you normal the Sage, you go Sage effect, add effect Veil of course. And Sage into Spirit, effect the Spirit to add Monster White. Active Monster White. Effect the Monster White, target the Spirit, the Foolish Beryl Blue-eyes from deck. Effect Spirit, true for cost, target Blue-eyes. Effect of Maiden to Reborn. Then from here you're gonna use Wishes to banish for cost to equip Neo. Then you're gonna shrink her all free in the end for Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. So, and then you set the Majesty and got effect. So this one's safer into Nibiru if you're scared of it. But if you know, so probably you should make this like going blind first. But if you know if it's like game 3 or game 2 and your opponent's like playing some board breaker deck, I think it's fine to make like the full greedy like double spirit board. Overall this one's like safer. You got Majesty, you got Neo for protection from like impermanent stuff. You got these two to Reborn of True Light. You got Majesty to pop non-target. You got this to negate from grave plus tag out for Ultimate Spirit or Moonlight or Dark Neostorm or Azure. Plus you got effect Veil for negation from hand. So this one's probably like the safest one with the 1.5 card made of white combo. Next I'll try to do one more with the Sage of Ice of Blue, but this time we're gonna try and play it safe. And then after that I'm gonna show you the 1.5 card Prayers with Ice of Blue. We're gonna start off with Sage of course. Normal Sage effect. Add Made of White. Active Made of White. Place. Effect of True Light. Set Wishes. Activate Wishes. Switch for cost. So we're gonna add the trap and effect Veil to play it safe. Link Sage into Spirit, effect the Spirit to add. This is kind of the issue with the safe combo because if you negate your Ice of Blue, it's really bad because you can't search. Plus, you don't have a way to get into Blue-eyes. Which is most of the time, which I'd just play greedy with this deck. So you're gonna add the Monster White. Where is it? There it is. Monster White. Active Monster White. Effect Monster White, target Spirit. Foolish Beryl Blue-eyes from deck. Effect Spirit, tribute for cost. Reborn the Blue-eyes. Effect of Maiden to Reborn. Next, lastly, we're going to use Wishes from grave. Target the Blue-eyes, equip with Neo. And then link or 2. Synchro 2 to the Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. You got this for set. So you gotta negate from hand, Majesty for popping, almost of white, and you got a target negation plus reborn twice. So it's almost identical. So it's the exact same as the 1.5 card Maiden of White combo. Next we're gonna do the 1.5 card Wishes combo. I think this was like one of the strongest, because I think you could end on like 2 spirit and the spheres, or maybe that's the Primite figuring. Well, we'll see if we can get there. So we're gonna start off with activate Wishes Fires of Blue, ditch Flawless, add Sage and Raw. Next you're gonna normal summon Sage with Eyes of Blue, effective Sage. We're gonna link the Sage to Spirit. Activate Spirit to search. Add mostly white. Next we're gonna activate Maiden from hand. Cost. Gonna place the True Light. Activate Raw. Now we're restricted to dragons only. Special summon Blue-eyes. Effect of the Maiden engrave to reborn. Next we're gonna activate Mausoleum. Effect Mausoleum target Maiden of White. Chain Maiden of White. Bring back the Sage. Next we're gonna synchro Sage and the Blue-eyes into Spirit Dragon. Next we're gonna tribute lastly, target the Blue-eyes reborn. Then we're gonna activate Wishes, natural cost. Equip Neo to the Blue-eyes. And we're gonna synchro both into Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. So you have this lastly to use. You're going to use True Light since you haven't used it to set the Majesty. So this is going to be import. You got a double negate, tag out for Crimson and Cipher, or Azure White Dragon. And you gotta pop with this because of this, and you can reborn this with this. So that's it for the 1.5 card Wishes Fires of Blue combo. If you wanna go all out. Maybe there's a way to play this more safer. Well, I haven't tried it out yet. Maybe I can do it right now for you guys. So we'll just try it one more time. But this time we're going to try and play it safe. So we can play for Nibiru. Effect. Pitch. 4 loss for cost. Any card. I just put 4 loss because 4 loss is a brick going first. And I'd rather use it for discard fodder. We're going to use that. Add Sage. And Raw of course. More Sage, effective Sage, add Maiden, Activate Maiden to set. To place True Light. Next we're gonna activate Raw. So summon Blue-eyes. Next we're gonna activate Maiden effect Engrave the Reborn. Then we're gonna activate Wishes for cost banish. Target our Blue-eyes place. And we're gonna synchro both to Spirit. So this is gonna be like your this will be a 4th summon, so this is like the nib proof version, and you also got True Light to set the Majesty. This is like the safe proof version if you're really scared of Nibiru, depending on your hand. Most of the time I just don't care about nib, I just play into it. But that's me. So yeah, you got this for protection with the Neo, got this for tagging out, got a 1 pop. If the opponent tries to attack you, you can trigger this. So yeah, that's it for the safe combo. So play on the nib proof Wishes Fires of the 1.5 card combo. So I think that's it for the 1.5 card combos I have for you. Next, let's lastly go into the 2 card combos. So we're gonna start off with Sage and Beryl. Pretty nice matching rarities for the both Ultra. Kind of want to go back to playing with the Ultra rares of the structure decks because they match more than the secrets. So we're gonna start off with normal summon Beryl, effect of Beryl to set. We're gonna set Lordly Load here. Next we're gonna activate Lordly Load to search for this spell. Of course, the Primite Jewel Beam. Next, we're gonna link Beryl to Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Back to Eyes of Blue to search. So even if they imperm this, at least we can still have a hierarchic spheres as we just spirit summon the Blue-eyes from deck. Add most of the white. Activate most of the white. Now we're gonna normal Sage, effective Sage to add. From here we're gonna add main of white. Activate main of white to place. We'll place True Light now. Next we're gonna activate the Lordly Load to space summon the Blue-eyes from deck. And you're gonna use the main of white to reborn. Synchro these two. Into Blue-eyes Spirit Dragon. Spirit Eyes Blue, tribute for cost. Reborn the Blue-eyes. Lastly we synchro both into another spirit. Then you're gonna activate True Light here to set. I think so. Yeah. I'm gonna set Majesty here. because we would usually set wishes, but we don't have a way to recycle back the drill beam if we do it that way. This is gonna be end board with Beryl plus Sage. We got drill beam for next turn by shotgunning the Light Reborn buff. So even if your opponent tries to beast steal or call by Blue-eyes, actually not beast steal, actually not call by, just Decro or beast steal, you can change Spirit Dragon, tribute for cost, to Spirit Summon Ultimate Spirit, so you get the protection, which is insane. And you like Reborn the Blue-eyes on this. Get the negate of this plus these two, both on field negates, face off field. This one destroys one. You got another graveyard negate, and you can tag it out for a Crimson. So you got a Crimson Dragon. You can affect Crimson, target Spirit, tag out Special from deck. The Cosmic Blazer. So you have like a lot of interruptions, so I highly doubt your opponent can win this one. Because you can use this for Dark Ruler evening match. This one for Talent's Frost. The only downside of this is you don't get the targeting protection of Neo Blue-eyes. So that's it for the Beryl and Sage combo. We can try that. We can try that one more time. In a way, we can even play through Nibiru or play under Nibiru possibly. So we're gonna do that one more time with Sage and Beryl. Gonna start off with normal summon Beryl. Effect of Beryl set. Set Lolly Load. Activate Lolly Load. Add Drill Beam. And Beryl. Effect the Spirit Search. Add Mausoleum. Activate Mausoleum. Next we're gonna normal summon Sage here. Effective Sage to add. And here we're gonna add Main of White. Activate Main of White to place Light. Next we're gonna activate the we'll link this off. Into another Spirit with Eyes of Blue. Link both. Into Spheres. Next we're gonna use the Lolly Load to Spirit Summon from deck. We're gonna use Blue-eyes to... No, we're gonna use Main of White to Reborn now. And you can Synchro both lastly into the Spirit. Got this for set. Then you're gonna activate Light to set. Gonna set the Majesty. So you got a pop, one card pop. A Reborn of White and Maiden. A negate of Drill Beam, a graveyard negate, tag out for like Ultimate Spirit, So even if they're Typhon here, you can just use Seals to tribute for cost and bounce the Typhon. That's something you can do with this combo. Only downside with this is in the Beryl, you won't be able to use like the monster summon from spheres. So you could probably just special summon like a Blue-eyes from deck as well. This is kind of like why I don't bother making seals and just play like I'd say if you really want to play around the Beryl with this variant, you can still make it, but the board's not going to be as strong. So you, of course, you have these two, right? Sage and Beryl. You almost on Beryl. Set Lord Lord. Add the Lord. Add Beryl. Spirit, Protective Spirit. Add Mausoleum. Normal Sage, Protective Sage. Add Maiden. Activate Maiden. Place True Light. Activate Lord Lord. No, never mind. Next you activate Monster White. Select the white target spirit, Foolish Beryl, Blue-eyes. Then you use Spirit Tribute, Reborn, Shaper Birth, into Spirit Dragon. You set the Drill Beam, and you also set the Majesty. So this is much better under the Beryl. So you got one Summon of Spirit, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So even if in the Beryl here, so let's say Nibby here, you can still use Lowly Lord to call Blue-eyes White Dragon, Reborn the one in grave, and then your Maiden will trigger since you still haven't used it. Which is something I've actually done a couple of times where I have too much engine, and then I'll just hold the load for like, I wouldn't even bother using this unless they actually bury me. Then you can summon like another Spirit Dragon. And something cool is, because this is actually a normal monster, you don't have to reveal, so you don't have to like shotgun True Light, because then if the real token is normal. So that's also something cool to keep in mind. Got the pops, one pop, Reborn Birth, recovery for your standby phase, on field, negate, then banish this one, graveyard, negate, and tag out, Ultimate Spirit, or any of your toolbox synchros. So yeah, that's it for my Beryl and Sage combos. Next we're gonna do Primite Beryl plus Maiden of White. So I think this one's slightly better than the Sage, since you get to get effect field on top of it, because you don't have to search Maiden of White of Sage. So you're gonna start off with Beryl, effect of Beryl to add. So Beryl to set, Beryl set Lowly Lord, add the Lowly Lord to add. drill beam. You see I'm gonna activate Maiden of White, which is something cool you can do here. So you're gonna place the true light, of course. Effective true light. Set wishes. Active wishes. Pitch the drill beam for cost. Add sage and raw. Next you're gonna activate drill beam to set since you control a Primite monster. And we're gonna link off the Beryl to spirit. Activate spirit to search. Mausoleum. Next we're gonna activate roll. So some Blue-eyes from deck. And trigger Maiden of White Grave, the reborn. And we're gonna link these two into your Spirit Dragon. So we're gonna activate mostly of white. Normal sage. Effect to add. We're gonna add effect filler here. Next we're gonna use True Light to reborn. Reborn the Blue-eyes. Synchro both the Blue-eyes and the sage. Spirit. Gonna activate Lolly Load to reborn, calling Blue-eyes White Dragon. So this here. Banish wishes for cost. You get this. Lastly, Synchro buff. And you get your end board. This is probably like one of the best endboards you can make. So you got double spirit, plus a bounce of spheres, a drill beam set, plus an effect filler in hand. You got Maiden and Blue-eyes to reborn next turn. You got the Neo to protect from imperms. You got the Beryl to recycle back in your standby phase. So overall this is probably like the best board you can make. You could possibly have Majesty as set as well, but I don't think you're gonna have seals in field at that point, so keep that in mind. Next we'll do we just did Maiden and Sage. We're gonna do a Beryl. I think this one's much better, possibly, because I think you also get the Majesty of this combo. So we're gonna do the 2-card combo with Beryl plus Wishes for Ice of Blue. So you're gonna start off with normal summon Beryl, effect the Beryl to set. Set load. Activate load. Drill beam. Activate wishes. Destroy of course. Add sage and draw. Next you're gonna activate drill beam to set since you control a prime monster. Take the spirit. Add Muslim. Next we're gonna activate Muslim. Additional normal to sage. Effect the sage to search. And Maiden. Activate Maiden to place. Replace the true light of course. Next we're gonna use link off the sage into spirit. Next link both spirits into seals. Just carve like white paper onto spirit dragons so you can get material for the seals. And then next we're gonna use the row of the dragons. Activate Maiden to reborn. Next we're gonna use Mausoleum, target Maiden to push Beryl. Then we're gonna chain Maiden to reborn the sage. Next we're gonna synchro these two. To the Blue-eyes spirit. Then we're gonna use Lolly Lord, calling Blue-eyes White Dragon, reborn. Then we're gonna use the Wishes Wise of Blue, banish for cost. To equip Neo Blue-eyes and Synchro. Summon that spirit. Then you're gonna use True Light finally to set the Majesty. So this is gonna be end board, and it's probably the best end board in the deck. So you got the pops, of course. You get in fact 2 pops now since you have 2 Blue-eyes in graveyard. You got targeting protection. Negate on field negate with this, and plus the spirits as well for graveyard negation. You got the seals for balancing like a Typhon. You got the True Light to reborn your Blue-eyes plus the Maiden. So we'll probably do that first. We'll just use True Light, Spirit Summon, back to Blue-eyes, and chain the Spirit Maiden White. So your Drill Beam's live, and then you'd use Spirit Dragon to tribute. Summon out Ultimate Spirit, then use the other spirit, tag out Spirit Summon Crimson, effect target the other Ultimate Spirit, then summon out like the Omni Negate for example. So now you have 1, 2, 3 actual like generic negates. These two almost, but this one's like guaranteed for like anywhere. This one only field, and then you gotta bounce from this. Double pops, and you get to add Beryl during your standby phase. So that's pretty much it for the Beryl Wishes combo. It's the best combo in the deck, as you get the trap as well. Meanwhile the Sage one, you don't get into the trap, you just get effect veil instead. So that's pretty much it. for the 2-card combos. I'll show you one more combo, and it's what to do going second. Like for example, if you used an imperm or something. So let's say you have this. Alright, we'll do this first. So you had this, wishes and the 4, and use for example like imperm, so like purge on like your opponent's monster negate. You know, like, you know what I mean, right? So you activate like wishes, purge, add the sage and the raw. Let's say the next you activate raw, spare summon a Blue-eyes from deck. Then you would banish the wishes, cost target this to equip. Then you equip the Neo, and then you tribute this to spare summon your Tyrant Dragon. And then if you go battle phase, and if you put in like effect Veil is here, you can still use the Neo engrave to banish to negate it. Then you go battle phase, attack, effect, target, purge to set. And something crazy you can do is with the frost package, going second, so going first, you're like, let's say they passed their turn, you can just loop these 3 with the Tyrant Dragon. Just crazy. And it's probably, I feel like this is the only deck where you can do that, because I haven't seen another deck where you can recover traps from graveyard. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the combos, I feel like. And I'll give you a link to Hypnocorn's channel with all the combos and the spreadsheet I think he has. So yeah. So my overall thoughts for the deck is a very good deck. I'm glad Blue-eyes finally got support, because this was the first deck I played back in 2016 when I returned to the game. And because my first box I bought when I came back was the Shining Victories, and also put a Spirit Dragon Sage, but I sold them off like 5 years ago unfortunately, because I needed money back then, and for like ultimate res and stuff, because I decided to buy ultimate res for a bit and sold them, and I managed to make a profit of them, but now they're not as worth as much nowadays. So yeah, overall this deck's very good. Only problem is it's very like, it needs like protection, it needs like some recovery from grave and banished, as the wishes in the grind game's very bad, because it can only add from deck. So some people run like 2 copies of this, which you can run, which I could recommend, and you can replace this 3rd copy for like a Jerusalem or a Baldric, up to you. But yeah, I really wish the problem with this, I feel like the problem with this deck is it needs some recyclability. Like they should have made like the Ice of Blue add from graveyard and banished for the spells. The True Light should have set from grave banished as well, and like the Maiden shouldn't be sent to graveyard for cost, because like this is like why shift is very good, as your main of white won't be able to trigger since he has to discard for cost, sent to graveyard for cost. And you don't have any recoveries because she only sets from graveyard, so once the True Light's banished you have no way to get it back. So that's like my issue with this deck. And also like the consistency, as you have to run like 5 to 8 pseudo bricks, because you can like search them, and like 2 of like the hard bricks. So overall It's probably like the third best deck in terms of like an actual deck, not like variants, because in variants of course the Rise Your deck's like the strongest, and then next is Malice, and it's like third place. And overall I'm excited for the Ultimate Blue-eyes SDK. Can't wait to get that. And I think we might get more Primite support in the future, who knows. But overall it's a good deck. I'll give it like an 8 out of 10. As there's sometimes you have to like make sure not to make any mistakes with the deck, or you get punished for it, which I've had that happen to me a few times. So don't forget to like, subscribe and hit the notification bell. In the next video I'll show you guys my Mitsurugi Rise Your deck, then my White Forest Azumina deck, and then lastly my pure Rise Your deck profile with the Tachyons. So I'll see you guys next video. Bye.